What's up, boys and girls? Your bitch back with another YouTube video. If nobody told you you're beautiful today, I'm telling that you are now, because bitch, you look good. I don't give a fuck about what that bitch at your school has to say, ho. Her grandma got a dick, her mama got a dick, her dad ain't got no hair, her mom wear wigs to cover up them crusty ass edges she got. Why the fuck do you care about what that bitch got to say? As y'all can tell by the title of this video, girl, this is the story time about how my mom threw my wigs away and all my lady clothes when I first came out. Ah! All jokes aside, I will say this is a bit of a... Okay, so at first I wanted to film this story time because I felt like I could laugh about it now that I'm older, and like obviously my mom is way more supportive than what she was now, you know what I'm saying? Like she'll take me wig shopping, take me to my nails done, she'll do my makeup, like, you get what I'm saying? Like I feel like, you know, but I will admit I'm sure there's going to be parts in this story when I get a little triggered and I get a little upset, so you know, bear with me here. I don't mind being more vulnerable with you guys. Vulnerable, how the fuck you say that word? So I'm not gonna like make it a big deal, but like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, before we get into this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, so you can glamorous like yours truly. I do want to say though, for my family watching who's gonna try and start an issue out of this, no shade. I love my mom. I know that she is not homophobic. I know that she is very supportive of me. This is obviously years prior. Don't be fucking messy. Without further ado, let's get into the motherfucking video. Okay, so this story takes place when I was 15 years old. I had just came out 2 years prior, and me and my mom was going through the time where she started to accept me. You get what I'm saying? Like, she started to accept me, you know what I'm saying? At the time, I did not know what a femboy was, but I did know that I wanted to have long hair. I knew that I wanted my nails to be done. I knew I wanted to wear heels. I knew I wanted to be makeup. I knew I wanted to look as feminine as possible, but obviously, being new to the community, I didn't know what a femboy was, so... At the time, I just thought it was me dressing up in drag, and that's exactly what my mom thought. But, you know, drag is always, is a career, correct, and it's people's lives, but also a hobby. So, you know, she didn't understand why that was, you know, a thing that I continued to do, because it's not like I was doing drag shows every day, or I had any gigs in the first place. So, you know, we were going through that, but again, I didn't know what a femboy was. So, one day I asked her, I said, hey, I want to get my nails done. You know, I was like, I would like to get my nails done. You know, that'd be something I would enjoy. And she told me no, which... I was a little sad about, but I wasn't angry or furious. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, you know, I really wanted to, but whatever. I'll move on with my day. Now, again, no shade to my mom, but I said this in my YouTube video for... Hold on, y'all. My brother calling me. I'm going to pause this video right here. All right, y'all. So where was I at? Okay, so later that day, you know what I'm saying? She says no, not that big of a deal, whatever. One thing about my mom is that there's some things that she just wasn't, you know, okay with. I'm sorry, that was so ghetto, but girl, I was itching. Anyways, ooh, that sound wrong, but you know what I meant. Basically, there were some things that she wasn't okay with. Like, she was accepting me, but there were some things that, you know, she just still wasn't ready for. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get what I'm trying to say. If you had to come out to parents who wasn't really ready for the gay thing, if you know, you know, whatever. Later that day, I went to my cousin's house. My cousin and my auntie was living down the street from us at the time. So I'd go down there, but summertime, I'd go down there a lot to talk to my cousin and stuff like that. So I went down there, and I was talking to my cousin, you know what I'm saying, regular stuff. We was hanging out, we was chilling, we was talking. And my auntie was sitting on the porch. Mind you, no shade to auntie, I was talking to my cousin. Me and my cousin are having a conversation. We're going back and forth, we're having a conversation. And I basically just told her in this very much tone, I want to get my nails done. My mom said no. No attitude, no shade, no sarcasticness or irritation in my voice. But then my auntie says this, don't play with my sister like that. Mind you, I didn't say nothing disrespectful. I didn't roll my eyes. I didn't have no type of attitude at all. So I was really confused on why she was being so aggressive, but I didn't make it a big of a deal. I just moved on with my day, and I was like, anyways, like, girl, and I kept talking to my cousin. So I had stayed there the whole day. Later that night, I'll never forget it, girl, because I was gagging. Girl, I was gagging so bad. At the time, I was filming Dana Quisha, season 1 of Dana Quisha. In fact, if y'all don't know what Dana Quisha is, girl, if you scroll to my YouTube channel, season 5 and 6 are on here. Life of Dana Quisha is this little skit show thing I started to do when I was 15. If you guys want to see the other seasons, they're on my Facebook, Jameer Glamorosity. I mean, if you want to see them, you can. I'm not gonna tell you can, but like, they're so cringy. Like, girl, I was filming on an Android. I was filming by myself, so I didn't really have. There wasn't like stands in the house that I could put my camera up on. So it was literally just me doing this and I went an Android. The wigs wasn't always looking the best. Like, it's so cringy, but it's fun to look back on. You know what I'm saying? I personally feel like season 4 is when it got peaked, because that's when I started using my little iPhone 6 to film and stuff. And then my cousin was helping me film. The same cousin that's actually in this Storytime, LOL, was helping me film and stuff. So, girl, like, you know, I feel like that's where Dana Queen started to pick up when she got pregnant. But, you know, feel free to go watch them if y'all want. Again, my Facebook is Jamaica Morosity. I will leave a little picture in here so you guys know what a profile looks like. But, yeah. But anyways, so I was supposed to film the finale that night, and I went back home, and I was like, okay, well, you know, love y'all, see y'all later. Y'all, well, I went back down the street to go film the finale. I go up in my room, girl, looking for my wigs and stuff. Looking through the crevices, looking under my bed, looking everywhere, and I'm just thinking, I'm under the impression that I misplaced my stuff. So I'm very curious on where it could possibly have went. So I'm just looking around. I asked my little brother, I was like, hey, have you seen my wigs and my lady stuff? He said no. Like, I couldn't find it. And it's not like they were in one specific spot. It was kind of not scattered, but like, you know, my wigs and my brushes would be right there. My heels and my crackers would be in this drawer, something like that, you know what I'm saying? Or like laying on bed or something. So I was very curious because I knew I had this stuff out already because I was filming the finale that night. So I'm very confused, but again, I'm under the impression I just misplaced it. So I get tired and I go to sleep. I'm like, okay, I'll find this shit tomorrow. It's not the big of a deal, whatever. I wake up the next day, and for the life of me, maybe it was both, but I don't really remember which thing happened where I initially found out. It was either the time I overheard my mom on the phone talk about it, or my little brother came up and told me. But I think it's on the time I heard my mom talking about it. Because I remember I was walking downstairs, or I was walking past her room, and I overheard her on the phone saying something along the lines of, since I'm so unsupportive, I just threw away all his shit, or something like that. Or I think what it was is that she ended up cursing me out about something, and she had threw that in there, like, you know, since I'm so supportive, since I'm so unsupportive, you know, that's why you won't be. No, that's exactly what happened. She was cursing me out about something because I think I had caught an attitude about something, and what she said was something along the lines of, since I'm so ungrateful, I threw away this, and this, and you're no longer allowed to be gay anymore, or something along those lines, right? Now, in my head, especially, you know, I'm 15, I'm thinking to myself, because forget the attitude part, it's the throwing away my wigs and stuff, because I didn't know. I thought I just lost them, because I didn't even think to ask her where they was. So I'm thinking I lost them. So when she said that, it clicked in my head like, she threw away my wigs? But then I'm confused, because obviously at this point, that was like, not long ago, maybe like a week and a half ago, but I'm like, wait, what did I do? Like, what did I do? Like, did I get a bad grade in school? Did a teacher call you? But you know, growing up in the back film, you don't really ask what you did. It's kind of just more of an unspoken, you know what you did, because asking would just cause more problems, and then you never know what happens with that stuff. So I'm confused, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait, what did I do? Was I disrespectful? Did I get a phone call or something? But my grades was okay at the time, so I was a little lost on what I did. Not okay. I went to all boys school. My grades were perfect at the time, so I was confused on what I could have possibly done that would have got me in trouble. So I was a little lost. So when she had said, oh, since I'm so unsupportive, I'm like, when did I ever say that? And then I remember there was another situation, or I'm not sure if it was that same specific one, but she was cursing me out, and she said, since you want to tell your auntie I'm unsupportive or something like that. And I'm like, when did I say that to auntie, that you were unsupportive? But then for a split second, it clicks into my brain when I said that my mom didn't want me to get my nails done. She twisted my words. Don't get me wrong, and I mean this in all love to auntie, but if you know, you know, grown-ups do this. And it's a generational differential problem. I could say to somebody of the higher generation, like, I'm feeling alone, and they'll twist it around and say, oh, Jameer said he wants to kill himself. Like, it'd be the dumbest shit. I don't know what the hell be going on in their head, but whatever. So she twisted my words, and it made me look at her a little funny, because it was like, why would you not just say what I said? Because obviously, you not me. You don't have to deal with my mom at the end of the day. I do. So that made me angry, because there's a lot more that goes into that. It wasn't just her. She threw away my wigs and all that. I wasn't allowed to be gay. My brother tried to give me a makeup palette later that year, and she told me I couldn't have it because I'm not allowed to be gay. She made me say that I'm not gay anymore and I like girls or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit got really bad. Like, and I'm getting a little emotional, girl. I ain't gonna lie. And it shifted our relationship in a whole different way, all because of you. Because you sat there and decided to twist my words up. And then also because my mom is so her, it got really bad, and it made me really upset. Because then it was like, one, Dana Queen shit was something as cringy as the fucking was, child. Dana Queen shit was something I actually enjoyed doing. So, with you taking all my wigs away, I couldn't do that anymore. All the gay shit I was doing with my friends, I couldn't do it anymore. That was same around the time that Isha No Hand came on. I was listening to that song almost every fucking day. She used to make me turn it off because Gutta was in it and he was gay. Like, that was a really rough patch for me and my mom's relationship. Because I could say for the first time in my entire life, I had some type of resentment towards her because it was kind of like, oh my God. And a little bit towards my auntie too, no shade to her, because I just kind of felt like if you would have never sat there and tried to twist my words around, none of this would have happened. Like, I was so mad. Anyways, fast forward a couple months, my mom calls me in her room and she gives me a hug and she's like, I want you to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Being gay is just a fad, which before y'all try and jump down her throat, yes, that wasn't a mean thing to say, but again, y'all have to remember. Matter of fact, let me put y'all on real quick. This isn't me defending anything that our parents do when we just come out. It's not me defending any of the negative actions or negative precautions they took that hurt our feelings in any way. That's not what I'm about to say. What I am saying is that you do have to also understand that coming out, you could be the first gay anything in your family. You could be the first time that anybody in your family has been this open with your life. So, of course, yes, they're going to make mistakes. Not that I'm defending them again. Yes, they're going to make mistakes. Yes, they're going to say stupid shit. Yes, they're going to do stupid shit. But, and it's all up to you whether you want to forgive them or not. I'm not going to tell you that you have to forgive them, but just be mindful that not all the time they're doing it on purpose. They're just doing what either other people told them what to do, which is stupid, or what they think is right, which is also stupid. But I mean, hey, girl. Like I said, girl, generation differentials. So, girl, we're not even going to get into that. Because, girl, if I get into that in this video, I'm really opinionated. I'll piss some of y'all really the fuck off. Okay? No shade. But, yeah, after that, Mom, we grew. She, we go wig shopping, doing my makeup. She took me to get what's funny is she ended up taking me to get my nose done when I was 17, which, I was so excited right before we went to go see my brother in Michigan. So yeah, things got better after that situation, but that was really a tough situation for the first time because I'm not gonna lie, I was very angry for quite a long time because it was like, from my perspective, from 15-year-old Jameer's perspective, it was like, we finally get into a spot where I feel like I could trust you when it comes to my sexuality. Just for us to take a big step forward, for us to take a step back. Instead of you coming to me and asking me a question, you listen to what an adult had to say, which was a lie and a twist up. And that's what a lot of these families need to work on. I understand that, obviously, kids do lie, kids do a lot, kids do try and make excuses for everything. But there are times where these adults really are wrong. There are times where these adults really will try and be messy, paint some type of picture that's not true. So, yeah, I just, I really need y'all families and some of y'all adults to really work on that because, girl, I promise you, not all the time is these adults' rights. Adults can be messy too. It's not just my generation, honey. Trust me. But anyways, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to me glamorous like yours truly. Okay? Don't ever let nobody accept you with conditions or with ultimatums. Be yourself all the way and love yourself all the way. Okay? Don't forget to love yourself first and always. Remember, don't blend in, pop out because normal is boring. And until next time, stay gay and proud, bitch.